Hi, my name is Leah Gregoire, and today I'm going to be talking about WNC Ag Law. And just to give a quick background on the name, WNC means Western North Carolina. Ag Law is agricultural law. Why WNC? Well, I'm from North Carolina, and the topography of that state, it's naturally divided into three different areas. The West is considered the mountain area, and Western North Carolina is a common term meant to incorporate pretty much that whole mountain area. So I wanted to go with a term that's already understood so that people know that this law firm is meant to be servicing that whole geographic area. This law firm is based in Asheville, North Carolina, which is the largest city in Western North Carolina. WNC is a widely recognized term for businesses serving Asheville and the mountain region of North Carolina. And you can see here's a few of the businesses that I found where you can see WNC is just a common term for businesses that are in that area. So quick intro to North Carolina agriculture. Agriculture is huge in North Carolina. 19% of the state's income, 20% of the state's workforce. There's over 52,000 farms in North Carolina total. So it's a huge industry there. And there's some emerging markets that are coming out right now. It's actually really exciting times. Tobacco has been one of the biggest exports in North Carolina for probably the last 100 years, but now smoking is on the decline, and so these tobacco farmers are replacing their crops with different things. One of the biggest things that we've been seeing are grapes for vineyards. In fact, vineyards and wineries have tripled in the last 10 years. So in North Carolina, smoking is on its way out, wine is on its way up. Agritourism, if you're not familiar with it, it's when people are going on vacation, and instead of staying at a hotel or bed and breakfast, they're staying at a farm to get kind of a unique experience. Now, specific to Western North Carolina, tourism is already huge. It's probably the biggest economic pull in that area, and agritourism is on the rise as well in that area. Also, the last thing about agriculture in Western North Carolina is the huge demand for organic local farming. Farmers markets in Asheville and the Western North Carolina are huge. People are just as likely to go to a farmer's market as they are to go to a grocery store. For example, for a city that's not that big, just over 400,000 people, there are 17 farmers markets. Some of them operate every day, some of them once a week, but they're huge there. Whereas here in Jacksonville, just as a comparison, this is a city that's 3 times the size of Asheville, and there's only 5 farmers markets, only one of which I know that operates every day. Many restaurants in Asheville buy almost exclusively from farmers markets. And my point in saying all this is just that there's always going to be this need for local, organic, small farms. So a summary of that target market that I want to get into, because there's transitions in North Carolina agriculture with vineyards growing, vineyards and agritourism on the rise. There's 56 agritourism destinations in Buncombe County alone, and that's just one county. That's not even all of Western North Carolina. That demand for local organic produce in Western North Carolina is solid and continues to grow. So the target market I'm looking at is small agricultural operations in Western North Carolina, like those farms and those vineyards. Now, the legal needs of farms, based on my research, it's really diverse. Farming is a really specialized, unique business that has its own tax laws, its own employment regulations. For example, when you're taxing farmland, it doesn't get taxed based on its development value like you might see in municipal areas. It gets taxed more on like the quality of the soil and what it has potential to produce. Risk management, there has to be insurance for crop loss and things like that. Employment regulations is probably one of the more complex areas because that's where we see a big influx of immigration law combining with agricultural law, because so much of agricultural employment is seasonal, migrant workers, and there's farm labor contracts. So here we see immigration law being incorporated into agricultural law. I've also found that so much of the legal needs of farms are state or federal, like the license to sell produce. Even if you're at a farmer's market or on a roadside market, you still have to go through the North Carolina Department of Revenue. Whereas when it comes to work visas, that's federal law because that's an immigration issue. Certified organic is a federal process. So when it comes to the legal needs of farms, it's a combination of property, business, employment, animal, livestock, tax law, immigration law. And what WNC Ag Law is going to offer to this area is it's going to be business law for that farmer niche, kind of helping them handle all those legal needs for those small agricultural operations in Western North Carolina. It's very easy to find a property lawyer. It's very easy to find a business lawyer. It's not so easy to find a property lawyer that can also help you get work visas for your employees, that can also help you with a meat handling certification if you are working with livestock. As far as competition, there really is none. I did multiple searches for agricultural law, and most of the firms I found were not more specialized, or all of the firms I found were not more specialized than general property or real estate law. The only firm I found that dealt exclusively with agricultural law was located about 4 hours outside of my target area, and it dealt more with large corporate farms that might sell to like Tyson or Dole or Delmont, but it wasn't servicing these small local organic farms that you see all over Western North Carolina. So that was kind of the blue ocean idea that I like. Marketing is probably my favorite thing about this niche because it's so easy to market face to face. This is a community, these farmers that come together naturally on their own. At these farmers markets and festivals, and these are farmer market that run on a weekly or a daily basis. These are places I can go, give my elevator pitch, hand out a business card, meet the owners of these small businesses, see what their needs are. Like I said, tourism is huge in Western North Carolina. A big part of that is these festivals, and so these are all local vendors. These are all places I can go and market myself and market WNC Ag Law. It's inexpensive and it's personalized, so I think that's one of the best things about it. I definitely want to have a website. Any of these keywords that I've looked up have come up with nothing or very few results, and I think this is a need in this area. Exit strategy, this is a personal interest area. I want to grow the business and sell it upon retirement. So in conclusion, I want to serve that niche market of small agricultural businesses in Western North Carolina. My tagline, I'm still working on it, but WNC Ag Law, big help for small farms. Thanks for listening.